You watched the show?
Yeah. I watched part of it.
I watched the part. Are you staff here?
Yeah.
What did you think of it?
Amazing. Yeah.
You haven't heard of this type of music before.
No, I've listened to a little bit of Korean music, namely K-pop. But
Yeah.
I didn't like K-pop, but his is very like. There's a lot of different styles.
Yeah.
It was very good. Like he was doing like the very deep singing, like
Yeah, deep singing.
very
Yeah.
good.
Oh, really? And what did it remind you of?
I'm not sure. It didn't remind me of anything because it's in a different language, so I couldn't connect it. But I just knew that it was very good.
Would you seek out his music and listen to it again?
I'm gonna listen to it tomorrow.
Oh, yeah?
I work again here. And
I'm gonna be here again tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Cool. I'll see you tomorrow.
Alright, see you.
We have a YouTube channel where we try to see what people's responses are to this music, because it's new. It's not something that you see around here. Like
It's not so much the music with this guy. What he did was he was calm and very confident in everything he did, and that's what made him excellent. And he fed the people fed off him. They loved him. You know, the most important part, he was confident. There was no fear in him.
you see, oh really? You see a lot of performers compared to the other performers.
Yeah. Any performer that's excellent, to be a comic or not, you have to be very confident what you're doing. He didn't show any fear, you know, when he was singing. You know, I mean, he had a nice voice, don't get me wrong, but what I liked is his confidence, and he was very calm in everything he did, in total control of everything he was doing. There was no nervousness, like, I got you. You're going to listen to me, and I'm going to entertain you. That's what he did excellent.
What did you think about the music?
The music was interesting. You know, I didn't hear a lot of it because I was in and out.
Right.
But it sounded interesting.
Does it remind you of any type of music that you've listened to in the States?
I grew up in the Beatles, you know, so I love the Beatles song. I don't even like this rap nonsense, you know. Because, you know, years ago they wrote beautiful music, you know, especially the English groups in the 60s. But, I thought he was cool. I thought he had a positive vibe. Let's just say that.
But some of his music is very deep and emotional.
Yeah, I didn't understand it because I don't understand Korean. But it seemed like he was relating to the audience. You know, they were waving, so they were feeling something. You know, there was good emotions going on. But he's a good performer, calm and confident. That's the main words I would use.
All right, cool. Thank you, sir.
All right, have a good night.
Well, how can we call ourselves? Are we newly converts?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we're newly converted to become Im Young fans.
Yeah.
By association.
Yeah, that's right.
His wife is a fan. My mom is a fan.
Yeah.
So my first time I had a chance to watch him sing yesterday.
Yeah, me too.
Perform. What did you think?
I think he did a good job. Really, he covers all venues from young, middle, older. Covers it all, even hip hop. The pop. He did a good job. So
what did you think about the Michael Bublé song that he did? Are you familiar with that song?
Yeah, he did a good job.
Yeah, I thought it was excellent.
Yeah, I watched him. I told this on another interview a couple of weeks ago. How you did Tennessee Whiskey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah. I actually saw that video.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. I guess it's the first time he sang the Bublé song, right? Everything.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, this guy could be like a major pop jazz artist too.
Yeah, easy. Yeah.
Right?
He's got all the voice to do it either high, low, medium, all in the same song.
Yeah.
And he did that multiple times yesterday.
Delivery was perfect.
Yeah.
Like, I think what is really good with his delivery of emotions.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Right?
Yeah, I think it's
because, it's a very lovey-dovey song. Yeah. And although he gets sad.
Yeah.
But with that, like the Bublé song, he got very happy.
Yeah.
It was on point with the emotion.
He was on target with it. And I think that's why he does so well is because he does get into the song 100%.
Yeah.
His emotion is tagged with that song.
Yeah.
It's not, just a persona out there. I'm doing this, and I'm going to sing this song.
Right.
He is in it.
Right.
100%.
And Like, what did you think about his slow, sad, heavy songs?
I thought they were good. I mean,
You didn't understand what he was saying, though.
no, some of the words I do. I know some Korean, but what I could feel it. It touched me, you know, just by hearing how he presented it.
Right.
You know, I mean, the tones, the monotones he sung.
Right.
I mean, it was. You can get in it, even if you don't know it. You know, it's like the old adage is, there's two things. You know, it's music. People can connect all around the world with music and food.
True that.
You know, so I mean that's a fact, and that's what he does. He moves people, even if you don't know the words, he still is able to move people.
Right. I thought so too. Actually, spoke to some of the ushers here yesterday, and one guy was saying, you know, he's listened to K-pop before, he didn't really get into it, but when he heard some of the songs that we were singing yesterday, he was like, oh yeah, I can get into this. You know. I don't know. Like, have you heard K-pop before?
Yeah. I mean, it's.
Were you able to get into it?
Yeah, you know, I mean, I'm in education, so a lot of my students are in the K-pop era. They have been for the last 10, 15 years. So I've always kind of kept up with that, you know, genre. And so I get into it. You know, I'm kind of a hard rock guy, but I mean, I can do it all. I mean, I do
I'm a punk
country.
rock guy myself.
You know, country. I do. It just depends on my mood, and that's how I like him. Is because whatever mood, you can change your mood by what his songs are.
That's true.
You know, I mean, he doesn't stay with like country's all country.
Right.
You know, they're crying over beer. You know, hard rock's all hard rock, punk's punk. But he does all of it.
How about that trap stuff? Turkey, as they call it.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with that genre?
Just a little, not a, you know.
He sang a medley yesterday.
Yeah,
Like with all trap, you know.
I know it.
Like, what did you think about that one?
It was good. I mean, you know, when you hear something that you're not used to, you really tune in on it.
Yeah.
And you know, that was one of the ones I tuned in on.
So what popped out about that music? What popped to you? Like, you know.
I just think the connection with him to the audience. I mean, I think that was the connection.
Another usher was telling me yesterday, because he's seen a lot of performances. And he's saying, you know, this guy is good, and you know he's good because he's confident and he connects.
Connects with the audience.
Connects confidently with
That's
the
right.
audience.
That's right.
So that's why, you know, he was very impressed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know, of all the performances he's seen, he thought that this guy was up there with the way he was able to confidently present his music and connect with the audience.
That's right.
Yeah,
You
so
know,
I think he's saying the same thing.
Yeah, I believe that, you know, and I may have only been to maybe four or five people there that didn't know 100% of the songs, you know, but
Me neither. I didn't know either.
we still got into it, you know.
Yeah, no, I got into
the whole
it, yeah.
concert. I never stopped, you know, and it's just good.
Do you like him singing slower music or more up-tempo music?
You know, he does such a good job on all of it. You know, when he does the slow ballads, you really get into it and you feel it.
Yeah.
But when he does the fast tempos, you're in that too. So, I mean, that's why he connects so well.
Did you ever get emotional during the show?
I did, you know, a couple of the songs.
Tears?
Okay, I'm a guy, so the allergies were flowing in there.
Yes, there were some allergens there.
His
yes.
smoke machine caused my eyes to.
Yeah.
No, you can just feel it. I mean, you know, and when I look over at my wife, you know, she is stone just focused on it. You know, I know she was in it. You know, and her little one on some of those slow songs wasn't even moving, and I'm like, she's in it. You know.
Yeah. No, I heard a lot of people sniffling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard all kinds of stuff yesterday.
It was great. I mean, I just hope that he comes back. You know, the interview I did yesterday, we were talking about wanting to come to Dallas. That'd be close to my hometown,
Where's your hometown?
Oklahoma.
Oh, nice.
You know, so
Wow.
Dallas is 3 hours away.
Yeah,
You know, so that would be really nice.
there's a big Korean community in Dallas too.
There is. So, but if he does that, you know, and you know, the one thing if you noticed about if you're watching. When he does the Korean shows, he has a lot more dancers, he has a lot more musicians, but you can't, first time here, you can't bring all that.
Well, somebody mentioned that too.
You know, but what he had, it was perfect. I mean, you didn't miss anything is what I'm getting at, you know.
So, you know, the lady sat next to me and she said, oh, you know, in Korea when they did the show, it was much more grand and scale, and there were a lot more dancers, a lot more musicians, whatever. But she said she was still able to get into it. And, you know, like, I think strip away all the extra stuff and you know
Down to the brass tacks, he did it.
Yeah.
He did it with the bare minimum, and it was probably just as good. I mean, we got more out of it, I think. With the, you know, sometimes when you have the dancers and you have all the musicians, it covers up.
Right.
You're more into that, the glamour and glitz, than actually the music. We got the real deal music.
I feel like I got good 2.5 hours all of him.
All of it. You know, I mean, every bit. Even at the end, I was telling my wife the same thing. I'm like, you know, when they were saying, come back, Indian, come back, you know, when he was on that doing the encore, I said, he'll come back and do 1 or 2. He didn't. He did 3 or 4, and then he still wasn't done.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the extra. And, you know, that just shows that he's really, he puts in the extra.
I believe he's had some hard times until he made it.
That's right.
So I think he really treasured it, which is really nice to see.
You know, that's what he does in Korea. If you follow him a little bit, you know, he is a down-to-earth kind of guy.
You follow him that much, huh?
Well, my wife does. You know, if I don't, you know where I'm sleeping at. I'm in a doghouse.
All right, thank you, sir.
Man.
All right, enjoy the show,
All right,
guys.
you too.